Once again, group marking scheme, you also letak dia punya group member name and ID number. Okay, after that, the official page, cover page, followed by marking scheme, then this is the official. This is your official. You can call it table of content. Table of content. Table of content, number one, you put the introduction to report. So, mula-mula you kena tulis ini semua dalam di bawah kandungan table of content. Introduction to report. Okay, what do you write in the introduction to report? Your task, your job, right? Introduction to this one, you just briefly say lah, that you have been given, you're a training accountant or accountant, whatever position you call yourself. And then whenever you put your assumption right there, that the following has been assumed, that you have been assuming yourself as an accountant for the so-called company, whatever assumption, please put it separately. Everything under one column, under one heading, assumption. So here you just say lah, Encik Saga has approached our company and my senior manager has delegated the job to me to look into the task of Sagar, that is to fill up his borang, advise him when to report, and tax payable, and any other related matters. Here, the aim of the task. The aim of the task is to satisfy your client. Aim. Okay, as an accountant of so-and-so, our task is to satisfy our client, carrying out various work as required by our client. So here you give a brief introduction. Correct? Now, if you want to know what is brief introduction, let's say so many cases going on. So here, what case? Court case. Okay, this is the court case, criminal case relating to Mr. ABC. Letter of acceptance. Letter of acceptance will be specific. This is the letter of engagement. All right. So you can call it acceptance engagement. I know there is a difference in auditing, letter of acceptance and engagement. Here, whether you call it acceptance or engagement, we will accept it. Now, in the letter of acceptance or engagement number 2, this is a report, general report. Here, what you say, you write the official letter to Sagar. You put there to Encik Sagar, address you assume from ABC tax consultant, Jalan Putri, Ampang, whatever. Reference, acceptance of tax, acceptance of accepting to become an accountant for your company, business, whatever they given, reference, and then you discuss inside. Thank you very much for the telephone conversation we had, or thank you very much for the offer letter that you sent. We now officially would like to engage ourselves, or would like to accept your offer to become the accountant, and we would like to perform the following. 1, we would advise you the total income in relation to employment from Sari, Zamzam. We will also be indicating what is your total chargeable income, aggregate income, total income, and we will also be highlighting to you what is the tax payable and when to submit your borang. So this is the letter of engagement. Letter of engagement means you're going to tell them what work you're going to carry out. Okay, introduction is that you have been given a task to carry out the tax work, filling up the borangs for Encik Sagar. Here, you are writing a letter to him accepting the job. Okay. So when I look here, I know introduction. Here, letter of acceptance. Number 3, you show how to calculate your income, chargeable income. So here, 3.1, maybe you show how to calculate chargeable income, SARI, employment income, SARI, because this fellow is working, Sagar is working in 2 companies. Inchesh Sagar is working in 2 companies. Number 1 is working here. Number 2 is working here. So you show separately what is the income that you earn here, what is the income you earn here. So when I move to 3.1, 3.2, it will show, oh, this is the income from Sari, this is the income from Zamzam. 3.3 onwards will show maybe how to work out your chargeable income. 0.4 could be explanation of the calculation, or 5 workings of the tax payable. Number 4, explanation of Sagar's residency position. Okay. How do you explain residency? First, you give general introduction. A person to become a resident in Malaysia need to satisfy either 7.1 A, B, C, D. Okay. And then briefly tell us how to determine A, B, C, D, discuss. Then you say, in our case, Mr. Inche Sagar will be a tax resident based on section which one? 7.1A, because he was living in Malaysia throughout the year. The implication is he will be paying tax based on the scale rate instead of 28%. You explain. All right. You tell that, you explain, if he's not a resident, he'll end up paying higher tax. Okay. Then number 5, in your contents, you show that return form BE being discussed. Whatever assumptions made. Okay. What assumptions will come from here? You see, Inche Sagar, address not given. Right. Telephone number not given. Bank account not given. Some of the information not given. So you will assume all that. And you tell the in the assumption, the following assumption has been made in filling up the form: date, address, bank account number. You look at the borangla, see what information they have. Some not given. You just fill it up and you say assumed. Submission date, you must tell us when to submit, because Sagar want to know when to submit. Circumstances for using B. This is for business people. Penalty if you don't do it on time. This one you refer to the internet, or you can refer to the Lembaga Hasil Dalam Negeri, get information. Only penalty for late submission. That's all. We don't want anything else. And then completion of Borang BE. Yeah. Then you fill up the Borang BE. This one you can use either handwriting, handwritten. Borang BE, you can handwrite it or type it. First, you print the Borang. After that, you will have a conclusion report or a letter. Now, in the conclusion report, you'll say that after going through the tax file of Sagar, the following has been determined. Okay, then you tell whatever you promise, tell me the information. Or you can write a letter, final letter. Okay, this is the concluding report in the form of letter. Conclusion report letter. Okay, dear Sagar, dates will be different. Huh? The date here and the date All these you need to assume. The date here will be different. The date you accept, after a few weeks, you are concluding. In the concluding letter, following our letter of engagement, as agreed in the letter of engagement, we are pleased to inform you that we have found the following. We have submitted the Borang BE on time on this date, so nothing to be worried. And next you say the information that was submitted to the tax department is as follows. Employment income, how much from SARI, how much from, give the final report lah, how much SARI, only the final figure, don't write everything else. How much from SARI, how much from Zamzam, what is your aggregate income, total income, chargeable income, tax payable, that's all, brief. Not detail. Detail I can see it in the calculation everywhere. This one report you summarize. For example, if you, let's say you study tuition under me, you are studying tuition under me. First your father come and sees me, he says, can you give me a letter saying that you'll take tuition for my kids? So I give a letter. Thank you very much for agreeing me to teach for your kids. I will start teaching taxation from this date to this date. Thank you. Then result comes up. I must send a report. Dear so and so, your daughter's result, son's result just released. The person has done the following score. Subject 1, 2, 3, 4. Overall result, overall mark so much. This indicates he has passed with second class, upper. Thank you for appointing me. If you need any assistance, please do not hesitate to contact me. Thank you. Finish. You see, concluding letter. So first you send the engagement because the client is looking what is happening. Once you have done everything, send him a conclusion letter. Then after that, you put your special package, 2 pages about COVID-19. You know COVID-19? COVID-19, the Prime Minister has announced some package. We don't want too many. We just focus on some issue. 2 pages will do. Okay, that's it. This is on the current, based on the current budget. This is the latest budget. Current budget. This one you can Google. I want to see how you pick it up. 2 pages will do. Then after that, you put the individual contribution and problem faced. What you did, what problem you had, briefly. What role you played, what your friend played, and so on. And give references. Where did you manage to get information from LHDN or tax journal? Give the reference. Give reference. Any books, give name. Give 5 to 10 references. Yeah, right. Including guidance given from the lecturer, whatever. Then lastly, you can put appendix here. Under the heading of appendix, you can put tax table or diagrams if you have used in the explanation above. Habis. Okay, hello, ada problem ke? Boleh faham tak what I'm saying?
Faham.
Okay. Kita ikut cara yang sama macam mana you buat report for the other exam. But here I'm giving you a list of guidance so that everybody will follow and have the same thing there. Okay. Now, when you do the calculation of tax, you put the calculation of income tax, YA21, computation of employment income, section 4B, employment income, okay? Sari Sendrian Berhad. How much you got from 13(1)A? Total. How much you got from 13(1)B? Car, fuel, etc. You read the question, put it there. Let's say 150, 100. Then let's say you have accommodation. 30%, 13(1)(a), defined value, whichever lower, put here. So when you add up, that is 300. That is the gross employment income from Sari. Sari Sendirian Berhad. Then you move up. Because this person is working in two places. He worked in Sari, he resigned, and then he joined Zamzam. Okay, Zamzam. You have salary, entertaining allowance, trading allowance, traveling allowance. This one example only. Yeah. Maybe it's there, it's not there, I don't know. You have to read the question. This one example. So you put one by one. Get for me the figure. 13(1)(b). Maybe you have car, domestic help, gardener. How much? I'm just giving you example. 100. So that will be a gross statutory employment income. Okay. So 300 plus 400, 100, 400. That will be your gross statutory employment income for YA 2021. Habis. So this will be your employment for 21. So di sini saya sudah sebut berapa you dapat dari Sari, berapa you dapat daripada Zamzam dan keseluruhan jumlah. Bila you tulis surat kepada Saga, at the end you kena bagi tahu dia lah you punya employment income keseluruhan 400, iaitu 100 dari Zamzam dan 300 daripada Sari. And then you tell him your other aggregate income. Macam ini, you tell him your total income begini, you tell him your chargeable income begitu, dan your tax payable angka ini. All this in a short form, summary form. Don't go and show calculation inside the letter. Okay, inside the letter, you put all that conclusion letter. Okay, we pleased to announce the following. We have submitted Borang BE with the following information, that is employment income, how much, aggregate income, how much, total income, how much, tax chargeable income, how much, tax payable, how much. That's it. Conclude. I hope that will help you to understand what we have done. Thank you. So when you do this, aggregate income, donation, total income, relief. Relief, we have number of items there. You put all the reliefs here one by one. And you explain in the notes what these reliefs are, what reliefs you are giving and why how much. Give a brief explanation of the reliefs. That's it. Okay, this is inside. 3.1, you look here inside. How to work out all this. So when you come to the working stage, how to work relief, you know how to work out your relief. And you explain in the notes how you got all this. Reliefs are fixed and based on the tax table. Now, whenever you're explaining, let's say reliefs are based on tax table, which has been attached in appendix. You can refer to the appendix. When you explain the letter of conclusion, remember I told you at letter of conclusion. In the letter of conclusion, you can say your aggregate income, total income, chargeable income, tax payable, how much, and you can put in bracket. These details can be found in detail explanation, and the information pertaining to the calculation has been shown on page number this, or refer to page number. So the letter will show where to refer in the report. That's it. That's all I have for a brief explanation on how to do your assignment. Now your time to ask me question. Anything not clear, you can ask me. You would not know anything until you start doing. Only then your brain will start asking question. Okay? Itu saja daripada saya untuk hari ini. Sekarang, you kena tanya apa you nak tanya, boleh tanya. Saya tunggu.
Sir,
Yes.
nak tanya untuk penalty of submission. Penalty late for submission.
Okay. Yes.
Kan sebelum penalty tu kan kita mention about form B. So penalty tu untuk both form B dengan BE or BE sahaja?
Okay, because the Sagar has asked you about penalty for he doesn't know what is B and BE, correct?
Yes.
So the penalty is not very much different from B, and BE is more or less the same. So you explain first about BE. You tell them BE need to be submitted based on certain fixed date, failing which the tax department has the right to charge you a penalty. Right? And the penalty will be how much you put there. You refer to LHDN, refer to internet, wherever. Refer and then take the information you put there. If you want to talk about Borang B, also if Borang B, if you find that the submission date is different, but the penalty is the same, and you can say the penalty is as above. No need to rewrite. If the penalty completely different, then you put the penalty for Borang B will be this much. Finish. The compliance, the penalty may be 1.5 page, only 1 page, I think, not much. When you do word counting, anything you put in diagram that is not taken into account, anything that you fill, that the Borang BE you're going to fill up. Any word that you fill up inside the Borang BE is not part of the word counting. Okay, lagi?
Sir, another question for competition for of Borang BE. Macam previous ni sebagi 2020 and the latest one 2022 tak ada lagi. So
22 tak boleh. 22 tak ada, 21 saja.
So pakai 2021 lah ya?
Yeah, correct. Kerana tengok. That means you missed out something. If you look at even yesterday's class, if you work from here to here, maklumat ini kita sampaikan kepada kerajaan pada tarikh ini. You kerja dari sini ke sini kan? The money that you earn here will be notified to the government by 30th April 22. So 30th April 22, I'm notifying the income that I earn in YA 21. Jadi Borang BE adalah Borang YA 2021. 2022 belum ada lagi. 2022 punya Borang tahun depan. 2022 begini, kata saya punya income 2022, 31st December 22. Whatever money I earn here, this one I will inform the government only on 30th April 23. So untuk ini saya gunakan Borang BE 2022 YA. So 2022 dari tarikh ini sampai sana. So dia orang bagi kita 4 bulan to report kepada mereka berapa I punya earning. So we're not using 22, we only use 21. Borang 21, we have to submit by April. Online, they give you 15. Itu saja. So when you submit 2022 Borang submission tax filing, this is not for 2022. 2022, I'm filing for 2021. Faham tak? You kerja daripada 1 hari bulan 1 Januari 21 sampai 31st December 21 last year. So you punya pendapatan di sini I kena inform kerajaan dalam tempoh 4 bulan ataupun online by 15 May. So what you earned last year, you tell the government how much is your income for last year. Kemudian looking at the Borang, we know already how much you earned last year, how much tax your employer deducted, whether you have to pay more or less. So here we do the final settlement. Here we do the final settlement for last year. From that. Okay. So jadi we don't have YA22 borang. YA21 definitely must be there. Kalau tak ada, macam mana orang nak submit? Tak boleh submit. So dia ada the borang contoh punya ada. Tak apa, contoh ada tak apa. Kita cuma download the contoh cukup. Okay, lagi soalan?
Sir,
Yes.
saya nak tanya untuk the child kan dia ada 3 orang anak tu kan. Navin tu kan he's only 19. Lepas tu he is studying overseas kan. And then dia tak state yang dia studying for diploma or degree. Can I assume that he is studying for a diploma?
He's studying diploma or degree.
Dia tak state whether he is studying in diploma or degree. They just state that he is studying overseas.
Overseas.
Yeah.
Okay, so normally overseas, if you kita nak tolong, okay. So the question didn't say whether which one. Normally we put degree because bagilah dia 8,000 tak apa. Tapi in the assumption, you have to make this assumption. In answering this question, you have to put in the assumption. In answering this question, we have assumed the study in USA, the study in the USA has been assumed to be a degree. Okay. Faham?
Okay.
Lagi soalan? Yes. Apa tu? Yeah, what do you want to ask? You asking me how to calculate, is it? RPGC, apa tu RPGT? Real property gains tax. Ini ya? Oh, RPGT. RPGT tak payah kerana sini tak sebut dia jual rumah. Adakah? Ada tak payah. Di sini, mana-mana pun soalan tak kata dia nak jual dia punya rumah. So, RPGT punya explanation tak perlu. Mana ada RPGT allowance? Adakah sebut sekolah? Ada. Oh, marking table. Okay. Nanti aku tengok. Mana tu RPGT? Saya tak nampak. Oh, RPGT allowance. Oh, that one is Malaysian tax residency position implication, RPGT relevance. Oh, this one is for, because the question says, explain residence implication, then. So you just mention in the explanation. You explain that residence means house, 71 ABCD, and that 71 ABCD is not relevant for RPGT itu saja. Itu saja. So you have to say 71 ABCD we use for income tax purposes. However, the resident status under 71 ABCD is not applicable to determine RPGT, as it will be based on citizen or non-citizen status. And the rates and allowances are as per appendix. The table I gave you, you can put it under appendix, and you can say you can refer to appendix page number 3. Finish. Okay, that's it. Any question?
Sir, I have question.
Yes, yes.
For the insensitive apa yang COVID Dr. Sabri tu kan, kita nak buat general ke kena kaitkan dengan SAGA ni?
General cukup, tapi first you give general, and then if you want to pick up certain specific pun boleh. Certain specific terangkan itulah, itu saja. Kita tak mau ada banyak, tak mau semua. 1,5 muka cukup. 1-2 isu cukup. Mula-mula you boleh bagi introduction general, kemudian you can choose 1 or 2 and then conclude that. Finish.
Okay.
You can generally say there are many incentives has been provided for COVID-19 by the Prime Minister. Namely, you can put namely 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. However, the popular ones you can just pick up 2. The popular ones, that 1 and 2 will be based on this concept. Finish.
Okay.
You highlight some and just discuss 1 or 2 of the main things. Finish. No need to discuss everything.
Oh, explain lah.
Yeah, explain. What is that?
Lepas tu nanti kena letak citation lah. That's me.
Letak apa? Yeah. Yes. Citation, you can put it in the appendix, in the reference.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay, any question? That's all I have for you today. Until I see you next class. Bye now.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everybody.
Sir,
Yes.
ada satu question saya nak tanya. Untuk dalam assignment punya, kan ada kotak marking tu kan yang sebagi kan. Dia ada mention elements that were highlighted in the assignment. And then dia bagi 7 marks.
Okay.
Maksudnya macam mana tu?
Element highlighted in the
Assignment.
Assignment means nantilah. Nanti saya kena rujuk kepada assignment itu sekali lagi. Whatever that one, you ask me again next week, I will refer to the assignment again.
Okay,
Yeah,
sir.
what was highlighted? Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.